Okay, before we start the coding lesson, let's start with the daily jokes. Today was actually such a wholesome day. I saw this blind old man trying to cross the busiest, most dangerous intersection in the city. Traffic was insane, cars honking everywhere, and I just couldn't sit by and watch him struggle. So I walked over, grabbed his arm, and guided him all the way to the other side. It felt like I'd really made a difference in the world. I just wish I could have seen the look on his face when I unclipped his service dog and took it home. Honestly, the dog's been great, but he's absolutely useless at fetch. Like, what was the point of all that training anyway? Anyway, since I'm in a giving back to the community mood, let's talk about why your game's security is currently a crime scene. Okay, look. I used to be the guy writing load string payloads that turned your game's economy into a burning trash can. I wasn't a genius. I was just a bored sociopath. And your code was basically begging me to break it. Kuh. Why would you even make a game that a normal script kiddie would execute a script called infinite yield feh? And it works. Like, infinite yield is supposed to be patched in every game and this still works in your game. What? You guys treat your client-side code like it's a high security vault, but in reality, to take one ball on Halloween and I took everything. Okay, let's start with the basics. If you're still using load string to handle dynamic events or game logic on the client, you're a menace to yourself. Dude, you're literally handing me the keys to your database and asking me to the law? To me, that mow the lawn. Okay. When a client can execute arbitrary strings as code, they aren't playing your game, they're coding it. Delete that function and throw it in the trash. Kuh. Use a secure sandbox config file or I will personally come back and turn your entire map into a collection of floating chairs like Tubers 93 or Cool Kid. Bro! Anyways, don't just click some random or add some random bullshit attachment to your game, because sometimes the thingy you used to add on your game or plugin has a virus which enables the backdoor, and there we go. Congrats, you have another cool kid guy. Anyways, 2. The fallacy of client authority. Here's how most of you developers think. Oh, I'll tell the server the player took 10 damage. Sure, Mr. Hacker, I trust you. You're definitely telling the truth. Are you kidding me? Never ask the client what happened. The client is a liar. The client is a thief. The client will tell you it has infinite health, infinite ammo, and a pet dragon if it thinks it can get away with it. Your server needs to be the absolute tyrannical judge of reality. If the player says they dealt 500 damage to a boss, the server checks the weapon, the range, the stats, and the player's cooldowns. If the math doesn't check out, ban them without a second thought. Bruh. Okay, it's not, but 3. The impossible physics test. You think your anti-cheat is working because it catches the basic stuff? Please, bruh. I've seen better security in my public part, bruh. If your game doesn't have a sanity threshold for player movement, you're fucking failing, kuh. If the client says the player is moving at 400 meters per second, don't move them there. Freaking, you think it's lag? Calculate the velocity on the server. If the displacement between 2 packets is physically impossible, reject the move. It's not lag, it's an exploit. Stop trying to smooth out the movement for the hacker and start breaking their connection. Fucking bitch. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. 4. The obfuscation trap. And stop thinking that renaming your variables to 11 was going to stop me. That's not security, that's just making me laugh while I'm decompiling your binary. Obfuscation is a band-aid on a gunshot wound. If you want to protect your logic, you have to move the process to the back end. If it's not in the memory of your server, it's not safe, period. I know how the exploiters think because I was the one teaching them how to burn your house down. I'm sorry, bro. The difference between a vulnerable game and a secure one isn't some expensive anti-cheat plugin. It's a fundamental cold-blooded refusal to trust anything that comes from the user's machine. So fix your server-side logic. Or don't be surprised when I come back to see if you've actually learned anything. And seriously, if you see a guy walking a golden retriever that looks like he's missing his owner, mind your own business, bro. That's mine. That's mine now.